I set a date on my phone calendar, exactly 3 months from today. It is not an anniversary, and it is definitely not a birthday. It is the day my marriage officially expires. My husband is sitting in the living room right now playing his video games. He has absolutely no idea that the clock is ticking. He thinks the silence in this house is a sign of peace. He thinks that because I stopped screaming, I must finally be happy. He is wrong. I stopped screaming because I stopped caring. This is not a story about a bad man who hits his wife or cheats on her. If he did those things, leaving would be easy. This is a story about a good man who slowly drained the life out of me for 15 years. We have been together for half our lives. We have lived together for 8 years. For 7 of those years, he hasn't worked a real job. He stays home all day while I work to pay our bills. You would think that a partner who stays home would take care of the home. That is the logical trade-off in any partnership. But in my house, logic does not exist. I come home tired after a long shift and the house looks like a bomb went off. Dishes are piled in the sink until they smell. Laundry is left in the washer until it mildews. The floor is covered in pet hair and dirt. When I ask him why nothing is done, he gives me the same excuse. He says he didn't notice it was dirty. He says my standards are too high. He tells me I am obsessed with cleaning. He calls me crazy for wanting to live in a house that doesn't smell like a pig pen. For years, I believed him. I thought maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was too demanding. Maybe I was a nag, just like all the sitcom husbands complain about. So I tried to communicate. I tried to be gentle. I begged. I pleaded. I made lists. I even threatened to leave. Nothing changed. He would make a small effort for 2 days and then slide right back into weaponized incompetence. He acts like he doesn't know how to use a sponge. He acts like putting a dish in the dishwasher is advanced rocket science. But here's the thing that drives me insane. He is not incompetent when it comes to his family. If his mother needs help, he is there in a second. If his brother needs a favor, he drops everything. He is capable and proactive and efficient for everyone else in the world except me. With me, he is a child who needs a mother. I have to ask for everything. And when I ask, I am the villain. Yesterday was the breaking point, but he doesn't know it. He picked me up from work because we share a car. The car stays home with him in case his family needs him. I got into the car, exhausted and frustrated about the messy house waiting for me. We started arguing again, the same argument we have had 1,000 times. He mocked me for being upset. He laughed at my frustration. He treated my legitimate exhaustion like a joke. Something inside me snapped. I screamed. I slammed the car door. I kicked things when we got inside. I lost control of myself, and I hate that. I have been to therapy to learn how to regulate my emotions. I pride myself on being calm, but he knows exactly which buttons to push to turn me into a crazy person. And then he looked at me with that calm, superior face. He told me it wasn't right for him to mock me, but it wasn't right for me to scream. He equated his years of neglect with my moment of breaking down. He wanted me to apologize. In the past, I would have apologized. I would have cried and said I was sorry for raising my voice. I would have promised to work on my temper. But this time I just looked at him. I felt a cold switch flip inside my chest. I realized I had nothing left to say to this man. I realized that fighting requires hope. You only fight when you think there is a chance things can get better. You scream because you want to be heard. When you stop screaming, it means you have accepted that the person listening does not care. So I said one sentence. I said, "Yeah, I know." And then I walked away. He went back to his video games, thinking he had won. He thinks he successfully de-escalated the situation. He thinks we are back to normal. He has no idea that was the moment our marriage died. I went into the bedroom and I didn't cry. I opened my laptop and I started a new spreadsheet. I titled it the exit strategy. I gave myself a timeline of 3 months, 90 days. That is enough time to get my finances in order without raising suspicion. That is enough time to find a new apartment that accepts 4 pets. That is enough time to detach my heart completely. So when I walk out the door, I won't look back. For the next 90 days, I am going to be the perfect wife. I will not complain about the dishes. I will not nag him about the laundry. I will wash the bathroom myself on the weekends. I will let him play his games in peace. I will let him float down the river of his own laziness. He is going to think he has finally trained me. He is going to think I have finally accepted my place as his servant. But really, I am just biding my time. I made a list of everything I need to do. First is the money. We have a joint account for bills, but I have my own savings. He doesn't touch. I need to start siphoning a little more cash every paycheck. I need to make sure my name is off the lease renewal coming up in 3 months. That was the sign I needed. Our lease ends exactly 90 days from now. I am going to sign it for him, but I am going to speak to the landlord privately. I will make sure my name is removed from the liability the day I move out. He doesn't have a real job. He won't be able to afford this place on his own. But that is not my problem anymore. He has parents who adore him. He has a brother. He runs to help. They can take care of him. I am done raising a 40-year-old man. The hardest part is going to be the pets. We have 4 of them. I love them more than anything. He takes care of them during the day. but I pay for their food and their vet bills. I know he won't fight me for them because taking care of them is work. He likes the idea of pets, but he hates the reality of cleaning up after them. I am taking all of them with me. I have already started looking for rental houses with yards. It will be expensive, but freedom always costs something. I look at him now, and I feel nothing. Not love, not hate, just a profound sense of disappointment. I used to think he was my soulmate. We met when we were kids, basically. 15 years is a long time to invest in a person. It is hard to admit that the investment was a failure. It is hard to admit that the person you love is a parasite. He is a good man on paper. He doesn't drink. He doesn't gamble. He is patient. But passivity is a poison too. Indifference is a form of abuse. Watching your partner drown in stress and refusing to throw them a life raft is cruelty. He watches me struggle every single day and chooses to do nothing. He chooses his comfort over my mental health. He chooses his video games over our partnership. And then he gaslights me into thinking I am the one with the problem. He tells me to relax. He tells me to just let it go. But if I let it go, the house rots. If I let it go, we live in filth. He is okay with filth. I am not. And I am done apologizing for having standards. I am done apologizing for wanting an adult partner. Day 1 of my plan starts tomorrow. I am going to wake up early and go to work. I am not going to ask him to do anything. When I come home, I will clean what I need to clean for my own sanity. I will cook my own dinner. If he is hungry, he can figure it out. I am slowly separating our lives while we are still living under the same roof. It is a strange feeling to be a ghost in your own marriage. I wonder if he will notice. I wonder if he will look at me and see that the light is gone from my eyes. Probably not. As long as I am not yelling, he thinks everything is fine. As long as the internet bill is paid, he is content. I used to make a list of pros and cons about our relationship. The pros list was always short. He is nice. He is loyal. The cons list was pages long. He is lazy. He is selfish. He is unmotivated. He takes me for granted. He makes me feel alone. I realized today that being nice is the bare minimum. A stranger on the street can be nice. A partner is supposed to be more than nice. A partner is supposed to be a teammate. I have been playing this game alone for 8 years. I am tired of carrying the team. I am tired of being the coach, the cheerleader, and the star player while he sits on the bench complaining about the uniform. So I am retiring. I am hanging up my jersey. 3 months feels like a long time, but I know it will go fast. I have so much to prepare. I need to gather my important documents. Birth certificate, passport, tax returns. I need to make sure he doesn't find them missing. I need to start moving my sentimental items to a storage unit slowly, 1 box at a time. I will tell him I am decluttering. He loves it when I declutter because it means he doesn't have to do it. He will probably praise me for finally relaxing and cleaning up. The irony is bitter. I am cleaning up so I can leave him in his mess. I sometimes wonder if I should give him one last ultimatum, one last chance to step up. But I know what would happen. He would panic. He would promise to change. He would do the dishes for a week. He would maybe even apply for a job. And then a month later, we would be right back here. I cannot do this cycle anymore. Hope is a dangerous thing when it keeps you trapped in a dead end. I am killing my hope so I can save myself. I look at the calendar again. June 15th. That is my Independence Day. I imagine what it will feel like to walk into my new apartment. It will be quiet. It will be clean. It will be mine. No one will tell me I am crazy for wanting the floor swept. No one will mock me for being tired. I will come home and my peace will be real. Not this fake silence we have now. I am scared, of course. 15 years is a lifetime. I don't know who I am without him. I have been his caretaker for so long I have forgotten how to just be a person. But I am excited to find out. I am excited to meet the woman I was supposed to be before I became his mother. Fast forward to 2 months later. We are on day 60 of the plan. Everything is going smoothly. Too smoothly. I have secured the apartment. I have moved half my clothes to storage. He hasn't noticed a single thing. He is actually happier than he has been in years. He tells his friends that our marriage is better than ever. He tells his mom that I have finally mellowed out. He thinks he won the battle of wills. He thinks he broke me into submission. Listening to him brag about how easy his life is makes me sick. But it also fuels my resolve. Every time he ignores a pile of laundry, I add another $1 to my freedom fund. Every time he plays games for 12 hours straight, I pack another box. But then something happened yesterday. Something that changed everything. I needed to use his iPad to check an old email account we used to share. He was in the shower. I unlocked it and the message app was open. I saw a thread with his brother. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. And what I saw shattered the last tiny piece of guilt I was holding on to. I thought he was just lazy. I thought he was just oblivious. I was wrong. He sent a message to his brother 3 days ago. It said she is finally doing everything without complaining. It took years, but I finally trained her. And then the next message. He wrote, just play dumb long enough, and she will eventually just do it herself. I stopped reading. My hands were shaking. It wasn't incompetence. It was a strategy. He wasn't blind to the mess. He saw it. He just knew that if he waited long enough, I would break. He knew that if he pretended to be bad at cleaning, I would take over. He has been playing me for a fool for 15 years. All those times he said he tried his best. All those times he looked at me with puppy dog eyes and said he was sorry. It was all an act. He is not a child. He is a mastermind of manipulation. Weaponized incompetence isn't just a buzzword. It is a calculated abuse tactic. He stole my time. He stole my energy. He stole my sanity. And he bragged about it to his brother. I put the iPad down exactly where I found it. I went into the bathroom and splashed cold water on my face. The sadness was gone. The grief for my marriage was gone. All that was left was a cold, hard rage. I looked at myself in the mirror and I smiled. Because now I don't just have a plan to leave. I have a plan to win. I went back to my spreadsheet. I changed the timeline. I am not waiting for the lease to end. I am not going to be the nice wife who quietly slips away. He wants to play games. Let's play. I remembered that the car is in my name. He drives it, but I paid for it. I remembered that the internet bill is in my name. I remembered that his phone plan is on my family account. I thought I would leave him the car and the utilities for a month to be nice, to give him a transition period, but he doesn't deserve a transition. He deserves the reality check he has been avoiding his whole life. So here is the new plan. I am leaving this weekend. He is going on a fishing trip with his brother on Saturday, the brother he bragged to. While they are gone, I am moving everything. I called the movers this morning. I am taking every piece of furniture I bought, which is all of it. I am taking the TV he plays his games on. I'm taking the router. I am taking the silverware. I am taking the light bulbs. When he comes back, he is going to walk into an empty house. No wife, no pets, no car, no internet, and no power because I am canceling the electricity on Friday. I printed out the screenshot of his text messages. I am going to tape it to the wall right where the TV used to be. I wrote a note on it. It says, "You played dumb so well, I finally believed you. I figured you were too incompetent to pay the bills or drive the car or cook dinner, so I took that burden away from you. You wanted peace. Enjoy the silence." I am sitting in my car right now. I am watching him through the window. He is laughing at the screen. He has no idea that in 48 hours, his world is going to go black. He thinks he trained me. He thinks he won. But the thing about playing dumb is that you never see the checkmate coming. I am not just leaving my husband. I am liberating myself. And for the first time in 15 years, I am smiling, real smiling, because the game is finally over, and I am the one walking away with the prize. My life, my future, and my freedom. 3 days left. TikTok!